Hey everyone, welcome back to day 4 of our intense AI Agents Challenge, where we're building automation to save massive amounts of time. For the past few days, we've been creating small, automated workflows designed to get more content out the door faster than ever before. Today, I'm thrilled to walk you through an incredibly practical repurposing pipeline that takes content from TikTok and turns it into ready-to-post Facebook material. We will specifically focus on how a tool like Vizard can swoop in and make this entire process significantly easier for you. So, the big question: why bother chasing the trends on TikTok in the first place? Simply put, TikTok is currently the absolute fastest venue for capturing trending ideas, popular opinions, and super concise value bombs. If you successfully grab that raw energy, efficiently rewrite it in your unique brand voice, and drop it onto your other established platforms, you begin rapidly building credibility and authority across the entire feed. I'm going to detail the full technical workflow that stitches several separate services together manually. Then, I'll contrast that with how Vizard replaces much of that tedious heavy lifting, allowing you to spend more creative time and less time wrestling with APIs. For step 1, in the manual route, I personally prefer emailing myself the TikTok links because it's surprisingly reliable for triggering automations. You simply send the clip to your inbox using a standardized subject line, like TikTok, so your automation tool immediately knows what to focus on. Next, your automation platform, whether it's Make or Zapier, watches that specific email inbox and fires off the entire sequence whenever a new link arrives. The next hurdle is extracting that raw URL and structuring it so the subsequent steps in the workflow can actually use the data correctly. This usually involves converting the entire email body into a precise JSON object, something clean like a URL, https://chanta, so downstream modules can reference it as a usable variable. So downstream, you can achieve this extraction using a simple transformer module or a chat completion step with a very specific instruction. A critical warning here: always instruct the LLM to output only the object, because any extra commentary like, "Here's the JSON," will completely break your parsers. Once you finally have that clean URL, the more traditional route requires calling an external video downloader API, many of which are available on platforms like RapidAPI. This involves setting up an HTTP module, correctly managing headers with necessary API keys, dealing with complex response bundles, and then isolating the raw audio or video file. While completely achievable, this path is notoriously fiddly, demanding you manage keys, constantly watch for rate limits, and debug strange response shapes at all hours. After successfully securing the file, the very next logical step is to perform a high-quality transcription using a whisper-style speech-to-text model. Feed that resulting audio into a transcription engine and wait for it to return a clean, accurate transcript of everything that was said. Then you take that full transcript and fire it into ChatGPT or another powerful LLM with a highly tailored prompt. Your prompt should command it to rewrite the content into an inspiring, business-focused Facebook post, specifically targeting entrepreneurs interested in AI and automation tactics. Crucially, instruct it to use appropriate emojis, include a strong call to action about a free automation assessment, and always write in English, regardless of the original audio language. This entire process yields a neat, completely Facebook-ready caption, which is a huge win for your content creation efforts. From there, you have 2 options. Either save the original video link and the newly rewritten post into a fresh row in a Google Sheet for tracking. Alternatively, you can trigger an immediate email notification to yourself so you know exactly when those newly repurposed assets are ready for manual review and scheduling. For the fully automated route, you could push that polished caption directly out to Facebook or schedule it on a connected social platform via their respective APIs. So, to summarize that manual agent-driven pipeline, it looks like email, extract URL, download video, transcribe, rewrite, save, and then finally notify or post. It is definitely a power move that works reliably, but it quickly turns into an engineering marathon that drains your creative energy. There are many potential points of failure built into that chain, and if you aren't comfortable debugging HTTP headers and JSON paths at 2 in the morning, you are burning valuable time you simply do not have. This is precisely the moment where Vizard enters the picture to fundamentally change your content repurposing strategy. Vizard is purpose-built for exactly this type of intensive content repurposing, automating clip detection, transcription, and direct scheduling all in one unified place. You stop stitching together 5 different disparate services and start creating content immediately, which is the goal here. Let's look at how the same flow simplifies drastically when you use Vizard in your process. You simply drop in the original long-form video or provide a source link, and Vizard immediately scans the entire asset. The system then intelligently detects those high engagement moments and auto-generates short, optimized clips ready for immediate posting across social platforms. It simultaneously transcribes the audio, and you gain the ability to edit or rewrite the accompanying caption directly in line within the platform. Or you can leverage the AI to instantly produce tailored caption variants specifically for Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, or even back to TikTok. Once satisfied, you define your desired posting frequency, and the auto-schedule feature queues everything up neatly inside the content calendar. A final click on publish or a quick tweak to a few posts, and your entire repurposing job is completely finished for the day. So, why is this Vizard method inherently cleaner than the manual route we just discussed? First, the auto-editing of viral clips analyzes the source and finds natural edit points that resonate, saving you the headache of scrubbing through raw footage yourself. Second, the auto-schedule function takes over completely. You tell it how often to post, and it manages the timing across all your chosen platforms. Third, the content calendar centralizes all your generated clips in one single location, allowing you to manage, modify, and approve everything without jumping between multiple applications. Compare that effortless system to the constant juggling act of RapidAPI, Whisper, Make, and Google Sheets, which is frankly exhausting. The DIY path offers ultimate control and flexibility, but it comes with significant operational overhead, like rotating API keys and constantly monitoring endpoints for unexpected changes. Tools like RapidAPI are fantastically powerful for pure developers, but content creators are looking for reliability and pure speed to market. Other products in the market often fall into two traps. They are either expensive enterprise scheduling suites with surprisingly weak editing intelligence, or they are cheap editors lacking proper scheduling capabilities. Vizard successfully sits right in that sweet spot, combining intelligent clip selection, integrated captioning, and a single cohesive content calendar. Now, this doesn't mean you have to completely abandon your beloved automation skills. You can absolutely mix and match these tools for maximum power. For instance, you can still use Make or Zapier to trigger specific Vizard jobs, perhaps by uploading the video from a watched folder and pulling the final assets back out via API. The key takeaway here is that Vizard removes the massive engineering overhead required to rebuild the foundational steps from scratch every single time. Based on my own tests, here are a few practical, non-negotiable tips for making any repurposing system run smoother. Always diligently keep the original source URL somewhere safe, perhaps in your tracking sheet, even if Vizard generates perfect clips for traceability. When you're working with transcription, specifically ask the tool, or Vizard, to output timestamps alongside the text, as they save immense time later for context additions. For the crucial caption, rewriting step, inject personality into your prompt by asking for a friendly, slightly sassy FB post aimed at founders who want practical AI shortcuts, not just a generic rewrite. The resulting AI responses will be significantly more plug-and-play and require far less manual cleanup before they go live. Use the content calendar feature to batch review posts for a specific day. Never force every single clip to go out automatically, and tweak the tone so the feed feels cohesive. It is also very important to remain realistic about the inherent limitations of even the best automation systems available today. Fully automated captions can occasionally miss subtle nuance or overfit to language that sounds algorithmically catchy but doesn't match your authentic brand voice, so human review is essential. And while Vizard is fantastic at surfacing potential clips, always double-check for context, as a short segment pulled from a long conversation can sometimes unintentionally misrepresent the original intent. Now, let's talk about the actual repurposing angle. When you take a quick TikTok micro-training, the way you frame it for Facebook needs to be subtly different. Facebook audiences generally prefer a little more upfront context, a very clear, singular takeaway, and a tangible next step they can immediately execute. So when rewriting that transcript for Facebook, really lean into structuring it with a strong headline hook, 2 to 3 sentences of core meat, one clear, actionable tip, an emoji, and your call to action. Something like, hook, want to triple your content from one long video? Sets the expectation immediately. Then the meat explains. Here's a simple trick. Pick the segment where you gave a step-by-step takeaway, add a 15:30s clip, write 1 sentence context plus 1 action, and post, because people absolutely love quick wins. Finally, the action provides the next command. Try it this week. Extract 1 clip, write a one-liner explaining why it matters, and invite people to grab your free automation audit. Let me wrap up this segment by offering the practical takeaway for your build decision today. If you genuinely enjoy the deep configuration of building custom pipelines and you value granular control, then absolutely wire up Make, RapidAPI, Whisper, and an LLM. It's a fantastic educational exercise. However, if your primary goal is getting from a raw long video all the way to scheduled, polished short clips with the absolute minimum setup friction, Vizard will genuinely save you many hours every single week. It elegantly stitches together viral clip detection, integrated transcription, caption generation, and precise posting cadence in a way that preserves your brand voice without making you an operations engineer. So day 4 concludes with understanding how to source content from TikTok and repurpose it effectively for Facebook, comparing the DIY agent route against the Vizard-first streamlined route. I encourage you to try out both methodologies, see what truly fits your unique workflow, and consciously choose the balance between control and ultimate convenience that you need right now. If you want a clear, step-by-step implementation checklist for either the heavy API version or the streamlined Vizard approach, let me know and I will happily drop that next. That checklist will include sample prompts for caption rewriting and even a template Google Sheet layout to help you track every asset you create. Thank you for tuning in for another build in this 30-day AI series. I'll see you all tomorrow for the next exciting installment. Take care of yourselves and happy repurposing.